All right, everybody, welcome to tonight's Monday Night iProNetwork opportunity presentation. My name is Mario Delgadillo. Before we get starting tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I just think it's fitting that as a company, we want to acknowledge those folks that lost their lives yesterday in Las Vegas. Our prayers go out to their family, and I know that there may be people on the webinar this evening that were affected by this tragedy, and with that, we tell you as a leadership team, we love you very much, and we are praying for you and your family. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, my name is Mario Delgadillo. I'm one of the leaders here with the company. Got started here at the very beginning, which was just a few months ago in about January. I've had a number of years in the network marketing space and had some tremendous success with other companies that I've been involved with. But with that being said, I am more excited now than I've ever been with any other opportunity that I've ever seen, and there's a number of reasons why. So before we get into the information, I'll share with you that my job this evening is to try and simplify this program as much as possible so that it can be, that you can definitely understand the potential and see what's already happening, but at the same time, create as much urgency as possible to help you to understand why, if this is for you, you should definitely lock arms and position yourself and take off and running. So let's get into the information. So where are we? Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing a digital revolution like never before. We live in a time of unprecedented change. Industries and economies are shifting. Technology is replacing the old technology or the old economy. And people are having a difficult time finding their place in this new economy. You see, millions of people are struggling around the world. There's some statistics here and statements that the U.S. middle class wages are shrinking, not growing. 200 million people out of work. And again, that has to do with, so when you take a look at the shift in the economy, and then you see all of these statistics here, this is where we find so many people that have been affected, struggling to stay relevant in today's economy, worrying about retirement and debt, worrying about, trying to figure out a way to put something aside every week for that, rainy day. And then just think about so many people that have their industries have been disrupted by technology. In fact, today I was at the bank and I walk in and there's more kiosks for me to do my banking inside the bank than there are actual bank tellers. And I thought that was fitting as I was coming up to prepare for the webinar this evening. And so IPN has created a space, this ecosystem where we're set to prepare individuals on how to become professional digital entrepreneurs, and we're giving people the education and tools and a community to become successful in this ever-changing market, in this ever-changing landscape. And there's three specific industries that are still thriving and exploding, and we're going to talk about those as well. But before we do, we want to talk a little bit about the leadership team and those folks that have come on as in an advisory role with the iProNetwork. The first is Mr. Kevin Harrington, who is an American entrepreneur and business executive. He's the owner and founder of As Seen on TV, one of the original sharks on the hit TV show Shark Tank, and is the inventor of the infomercial. You see, Mr. Kevin Harrington, just a few months ago, was going to be one of our keynote speakers at our launch event out here in Costa Mesa. And after he did have that speaking engagement with us, then came back to the leadership of iProNetwork and asked to be involved with the company, because if you understand this man's career, he has literally created a career around getting people to pitch him their business ideas. So if there's somebody who understands business and can see a great model, it's this gentleman here. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how he's working specifically with Pro in just a few slides. But the second person that's on our advisory board is Mr. Robert McNulty, 35 years in both offline and online retail experience, founder of shopping.com, the world's first original online retailer. We love to call him the e-commerce OG around here. Mr. McNulty was a founder and served as chairman and CEO of Home Club, which was a chain of home improvement stores. And he's employed over 14,000 employees in 38 states across the United States. You see, but what I love most about these two gentlemen coming on to the advisory board with the iProNetwork is they are not networkers. These are folks that are entrepreneurs and businessmen separate from the direct sales space that have decided to partner up with the leadership team here at the iProNetwork. Now let's take a look at this leadership team. Mr. Daniel Pacheco is our president, Carla Pacheco, COO, Sal Leto, VP of Business Development, Maurice Katz, Vice President of Marketing and Brand Development, Johnny J.R. Reed, Director of International Sales, Mr. Scott Warren, heads out our Legal and Compliance Department, and Mr. Doug Werner, Director of Technology. So what we want to share with you guys is a very simple business model that's threefold: shopping, learning, and earning. So what does that mean? Customers get to shop at name brand stores for discounts and earn free currency back, which is huge. The learning portion, they're also purchasing products, and these products are educational, lifelong learning tools to help us to stay up front with this emerging trend in the space of learning. You see, I remember back in my corporate days, I actually came from a university called the University of Phoenix. And when I was working at the University of Phoenix, I remember even at that time that they were the pioneers, the first to come out with an online model. And the traditional schools of the time really frowned upon this model and the school. And now you fast forward to this learning platform and how most people want to use online to learn. And nowadays, if you're a traditional university and you don't have an online platform, you're irrelevant. But then you look at the earning portion in our business model, where there's multiple streams of income that can be generated through IPN, from building an online retail business through e-commerce to our powerful financial rewards program and then also you tie in e-currency or cryptocurrency, and you could really decide how you want to really pursue a financial reward platform with the iProNetwork model. So we're going to talk about e-commerce. We're going to talk about e-learning and e-currency, where they will be in the next few years, where these industries are today, but most importantly, show you how you can profit from these industries. So when you look at e-commerce, this statistic is absolutely astounding to me. In 2006 specifically, you can look at companies like Macy's and Sears that were $24 and $27 billion in value, and those same companies today are $13 billion and $1.3 billion. But within that same time frame, you look at that online click and order retail giant, Amazon. It went from $17 billion in 2006 to today's value of $351.8 billion. That's almost 2,000% growth. Unbelievable. But when you look at e-commerce disrupting the marketplace, there's an oversaturation of brick and mortar retail stores. There will be 4 million square feet of retail space closed in this upcoming year. 40% of all malls will be repurposed over the next 5 years, and $2 trillion worth of revenue will go online, okay, within the next few years, which is absolutely incredible. So e-commerce, it's anticipated, this summary of projected sales from eMarketer shows that the retail e-commerce space will increase to $4.05 trillion in 2020, making up 14.6% of total retail spending, again, according to eMarketer 2016. So now let's transition and look at that online educational space. This is a $1.7 billion industry that really nobody's talking about. You know, you can actually go online now and get a real estate license. You can get an insurance license. There's a number of things that you can do online, including get a bachelor's, a master's degree, and even your doctorate degree completely online. Now, where is this going? It's expected to exceed $240 billion by 2023, with a yearly growth of 5%. Again, a second industry that in these tough times is flourishing and moving in the right direction. Now, when you think about e-currency or cryptocurrency, I love to share with folks, just simply put, what is the Bitcoin story? You would agree that although e-currency and cryptocurrency has done some incredible things, it's made millionaires around the entire globe, it's still just about starting out. You see, it's anticipated that the market cap will be worth $5 trillion by 2022. And so this is why we're so excited about these specific three industries within this network that we're building. And as we come back to Mr. Kevin Harrington and why we're so excited about his association with Pro Currency, you see, Mr. Kevin Harrington is actively promoting Pro Currency globally. And see, this is huge because he's obviously he's seen a lot of cryptocurrencies that have been coming out over the last few years. But the thing that excited Harrington most was the business model behind Pro Currency. See, Pro Currency is a commerce coin. It's built and developed for retail, for the reconciliation of transactions. And so this gentleman knows a little bit about retail space and about commerce. So that's what's really got him excited about Pro and why he decided to raise his hand and start to promote Pro Currency all over the world. So what makes Pro unique? Well, first and foremost is the Pro Rewards shopping app. Essentially, the Pro Rewards app works with over 4,500 retailers here in the U.S. to offer the very first ever coin-back rewards program. Imagine shopping at all your favorite stores and earning free e-currency back. See, this is so cool. You and I have the opportunity to give out or send out this Pro Rewards shopping app to our friends and family for absolutely free. Now, as the picture shows here, let's say they go and they shop at Best Buy. They go from the app to Best Buy, they make a purchase with their regular old US dollar like they were going to do anyways, and now what happens is you have the opportunity to earn a coin back reward, essentially a rebate of Pro Currency for shopping online, which is what you were going to do anyways. Now the second platform that they're using is what we call the Pro Mall. So I usually tell folks, think Overstock.com, think Amazon, where you can go and get name brand items at an even deeper discount. You see, this is huge because people are already going to Amazon every day. They're already going to Overstock. Imagine going to Amazon and finding a new coat, a name brand coat, just like you would have anyways. Excuse me, guys, get a little feedback here.
Doesn't need to be what?
Getting some somebody chatting on here on the line. Sorry. All right, I think we got it. Sorry about that. So imagine going and getting a name brand coat that you find on Amazon. And it's, let's say it's $100. Then you go to the Pro Mall, you find the exact same name brand coat, and now it's marked down to $70, right? Obviously, you would go to the Pro Mall to purchase that because of the savings. But the key here is that the only currency that it's accepted at the Pro Mall is Pro Currency. You see, and this is what really sparked Mr. Harrington's excitement, because he's the owner of As Seen on TV. Imagine being able to get some of those amazing As Seen on TV products over at the Pro Mall, which again brings extreme value to the Pro Mall, and that's why people are going to want to shop there and ultimately use Pro Currency for these transactions. So moving forward, we want to talk a little bit about timing. You see, time has proven that the usability of a cryptocurrency grows, and so does demand. The demand and the value goes up. So let me give you an example of what that means. You see, Bitcoin itself really didn't do anything for the first few years. People were buying it. That means that the users were growing. There was more people that were using Bitcoin. But what happened was when Overstock.com decided to accept Bitcoin as a currency for their products, goods, and services, that's when the value shot up for the very first time. And so it's a combination of users and acceptance that helps it grow. But let's talk about why it's so exciting to be first. Look at Airbnb in the real estate space. In their first 10 years, did $50 billion in revenue. Amazing. Uber in the transportation industry, its first 7 years did $70 billion. Can you imagine what the iProNetwork is going to do within their first 5 years, combining e-commerce, e-learning, and e-currency, which we've already identified are still at the infancy stages, but are just about to explode according to all of these experts in their space. And see, that's why it's so exciting to be partnered up with the iProNetwork, but we also offer products. As a good networking company, it's our job to bring products, bring value to the marketplace. So we sell products that give people either A, education and training to be able to start their own e-commerce business, or we also have a feature where people can literally purchase a turnkey online store that's fully stocked with products, ready to go, shipping, everything is taken care of on the spot. So we're going to go through these packages here that you have an opportunity to bring to the marketplace. So the first one is what we call the $100 basic package. This is what you call retail arbitrage. You're going to essentially have the ability, the training, and the know-how to be able to identify things that people are selling on eBay and sell them for profit on Amazon. Okay, this is a really cool business model. It's very simple, but this $100 basic package is going to teach you how to start doing that. Imagine doing, 5 to 10 transactions a day, literally from your cell phone, where you're earning anywhere from 5 to even, 40, 30, 40, 50 bucks every single time someone does that purchase. That can turn into a really profitable system really, really fast. Now, the second pack that we have is really a tool. It's the intermediate software package, and this one is going to get you guys an index where you can find a couple 100,000 live products that are actually selling in the marketplace on platforms like Shopify, eBay, Amazon, and see where people bought them, what they bought these products for, at the same time what they're selling them for, and giving you profit margins. Can you imagine starting an online business and knowing exactly what products are actually selling and what profit people are making off of them? So you would agree that you would save a ton of time and a ton of money to get started and get profitable within your business. So this is a really cool tool. It's a $500 pack that you get through the iProNetwork. And now the top 3 packages that we have is where you actually get an option. So not only do you get the education to become an expert in e-commerce industry, and it gives you some very specific tools, but you also have an option to opt into what we call an I Buy Right store. So it's a simple turnkey business where you can build your own brand and you can grow an online business from day one. So let's talk about these packages here. The first one is the accelerated pack. So the accelerated pack is $2,000. Now from the educational side, on that e-com jam side, it's going to teach you how to build a Shopify business, okay? But it's also, and more importantly, going to give you the ability and the training and the know-how to start to run Facebook marketing ads, which is huge, because you can have an incredible website, but if you can't get anybody to your website, what good is it, right? Now, you can also opt in and start running a I Buy Right store here as well. So what is it? It's a turnkey e-commerce business, fully stocked with online products. You have your supply chain, web hosting, your brand logo, tracking, pricing, merchant account. It's absolutely incredible. So you purchase the $2,000 pack, you decide that you want to start an I Buy Right store. Right now we have 4 different categories to choose from, and we're going to be adding more every single month. Right now you can actually start a beauty supply store. You can do a Whole Foods store. You also have a Christian bookstore, and then you also have a pet meds and supply store. Again, afterwards you can start, as we add those in, you can also opt into some of the new categories that we have. So if you want to run an I Buy Right store, it's going to be $105 per month going forward after you purchase the $2,000 package. But what I'll tell you is this. To have a $105 overhead for a store that literally ships all around the world, product is there, shipping is taken care of, that is an unbelievable value. For $105 overhead, you can't beat that. Now, the next pack we have is the $3,000 pack. Okay, so again, if you opt into the I Buy Right option here, it's $105 every month there and after. But here what they're going to do is they're going to teach you how to white label your own products as well. So the Ecom Pro Academy few months back, the who's who in e-commerce came together, and what they did is they did a 3 or 4 day seminar where they talked about everything e-commerce, from drop shipping to Amazon to Facebook marketing, and you have all of that training here. But also what you do is you actually can have an opportunity to learn how to white label and create your own products and sell at your own online store, or you also have the ability to start running an iBuyRight store as well. And then finally, our $6,000 package with a $105 per month iBuyRight option gives you the ability to learn how to start running an elite Amazon training online. Why would you want to run an Amazon business? Well, very simply because you want to be able to benefit from the millions of people who go to Amazon every single day. So here's the cool part about purchasing your e-profit products through the iProNetwork. You see all of the costs associated plus the 105 for the final 3 packages if you decide to run the iBuyRight store. But for purchasing those packs through the network, now you can earn 100, 102, 104, 107, or 110% back on a coin back rebate. Again, another rebate option, and you earn that of Pro currency, which is absolutely incredible. So now we're going to talk about the financial rewards that you could get for partnering with the iProNetwork and going out and selling and bringing value to your friends and family with the e-commerce tools that we do provide. So the first way we get paid is what we call the direct sale bonus. So every single time you personally sell an e-commerce package or an iBuyRight package, right, you're going to earn 10% on that particular sale. Now, we also have added the second level bonus, which is absolutely unheard of. So let's say you introduce somebody to your team. Okay, they fall on your first level, right? Okay, so this is somebody that you personally recruit. When they go out and sell an accelerated, advanced, or professional pack, you can earn an additional $400. That's unbelievable. So it absolutely incentivizes the leadership to continue to help people to go out and bring value to the marketplace, go out and put people in a position to be successful and profitable with the network. That's absolutely unbelievable. Now, the second way we get paid is what we call the binary bonus. So to qualify for the binary income, you must have at least done your $50 activation fee and made 1 sale on your right and 1 sale on your left at a minimum of $100. Once you've done that, as your team continues to grow, as your team continues to go out and do sales volume every single week, you have the opportunity to earn 10% on the weaker team's sales volume. And you get paid like this to unlimited depth. So here's one thing that I learned about networking a long time ago. It's all about timing. And if you're on the webinar this evening, you've got to understand that you have an opportunity to be in the under 1% of the company at the top, right, as we continue to go out and expand at the pace that we've been expanding. So imagine how big your team is going to continue to get over the next few months, next few years, and you have the opportunity to earn up to 10% on the weaker team's sales volume on a weekly basis, which is absolutely incredible. Now, the third way we get paid is what we call the matching bonus. So as you personally sponsor people to the iProNetwork, they're going to join your team. Now, it doesn't matter if they're on your right side or your left side. It doesn't matter if they're the first person directly connected to you or they fall on the left leg 500 places deep. As long as they sign up with your personal link, they're going to be considered your first generation. So now you have an opportunity to match their paycheck on a weekly basis at 10%. Now, the second generation is the folks that they introduce. So people who fall in your second generation, you can match them at 10% every single week as well. Now, as they introduce folks to the iProNetwork, they fall on your third generation, and you could check match them at 20% every single week, and then also the same at the fourth level. One thing that I need you to really understand, you've probably seen a model similar to this before. But what you usually see is through 4 levels, the first generation is like 8%. The second generation is 5%. The third is 3%. And the fourth is 1. Why? Because the leadership of that company knows that organically, as your team grows exponentially downward, it gets wider and more, and more robust the deeper it gets. See, with the iProNetwork, we've completely flipped it. We reward those folks that get deep and have big teams, because on your third and your fourth level, you have an opportunity to check match somebody at 20%. Let me give you an example of how powerful this can be. If someone fell on your third or your fourth level and they maxed out, they squeezed every penny out of this particular compensation plan and over a year's period, because you matched them at 20%, you can earn over $900,000 just from that particular one person on your third or your fourth level. That is absolutely incredible. Now, to earn this matching bonus on these 4 levels, you have to have earned at least $100 in binary commits in the last 4 weeks to be what we call match qualified. And as you can see there, this is to unlimited width. That means that you can go out and introduce and sponsor as many people as possible to the program. Now, the fourth way we get paid is what we call the leadership bonus. So on anybody on your right and your left team that is directly connected to you based upon personal sponsorship, okay, through infinity. That means that somebody you sponsored on the right all the way to the bottom, and somebody that you sponsored on the left all the way to the bottom. What they do is they're going to tally up all sales volume on a monthly basis. And based upon that sales volume, you have an opportunity to earn 1% to 3% every single month. Now, the only one thing you have to understand is that no more than 40% of that qualifying volume can come from one team. That means you need to have a minimum of 3 teams to earn leadership bonus. You're like, wait, Mario, you just said we build 2 teams. Yes, 2 teams, but you have to have at least 3 personal sponsors, because from that personal sponsor starts another team within those 2, the right and the left. So as we get paid in what we call a 70-30 split. 70% of what you earn comes back to you in USD. 30% of that comes back to you in pro currency. Now, my wife and I have already decided that for the first few years, we're not even going to touch this 30%, because I want to stockpile as much pro currency at its infancy stage as possible, because I understand what Mr. Kevin Harrington is working on the pro side to gain acceptance and build demand and value for pro currency. So I want to sit on this. But if you wanted to start to use it to shop or redeem it, meaning you can go and sell it on exchanges, you can do so. After a 30-day period, you will start to redeem it at a rate of 5% per week. So here are the different packages that we offer. We do allow people to get started with just a $50 activation fee, which, as you can see, would get you the 10% direct sale bonus with a weekly cap of earnings of $500. Now, the one that I like to highlight a lot is the $500 intermediate pack. You see, for $500, you're going to get the direct sale bonus. It's also going to give you a $2,500 weekly cap. Ladies and gentlemen, that's $10,000 a month. For a $500 startup, that's unbelievable. You get paid on your first level on your matching. And then also, as you continue to pursue down or scroll down here, you're going to see that the professional pack at $6,000, that's for some of you guys that are already salivating on the line. You're like, I see this potential. How can I max this, right? Well, right there, you see that you're going to be able to do $35,000 a week potential at this 6,000 professional level. You're going to earn all 4 levels on the matching, and then you'll get your rebate, and then the first purchase only coin rebate of 110%. So you can also earn your way up, and this is what I love about the heart of our company. You see, our leaders have created a program that allow people to be successful if this is the very first time you've ever been in networking. You see, hey, Mario, I'm in between jobs right now, or, things are a little tough, and all I can do is the $50 activation fee. So for $50, for the $50 activation fee, you can go out there and start earning some commissions and volume and start working your way up through the comp plan. And so when you maximize this, like I shared earlier, you can earn up to $440,000 a month by maximizing or maxing out this particular comp plan, which is absolutely incredible. So finally, there's people in 3 places at this point. Number 1, hey, it's not for me. No harm, no foul. I learned really early in my networking career that I would rather run with 3 people than try to drag 10, right? You definitely don't want to do that. That's like riding a bike with a flat tire. So if it's not for you, get with the person who put you on the webinar this evening, and they're going to get you the Pro Rewards app. It's free. Go ahead and shop online, earn cryptocurrency along the way, and thank you so much for being on the line. Place number 2, okay, is yes, Mario, I get everything you're talking about. I see how the economy has changed. I see that there is a new economy and it's all about technology, and I don't want to get left behind. And I see how you guys have already identified 3 industries that in this new economy are still at their infancy stage, and you've managed to partner up with a new currency, and you've enrolled the leadership of people like Mr. Bob McNulty and Mr. Kevin Harrington. I'm in. I'm ready to go. And then there's place number 3. You know what? I'm not sure yet, Mario. You talk a little fast. Your jokes aren't too funny. I kind of got it, but I still want to go through it. This is what I would beg you. Get with the person who got you on the webinar tonight. Make sure that you answer all of your questions tonight. And the reason I keep saying tonight is because we are exploding at an exponential growth. It's just been incredible. And you definitely don't want to miss this opportunity, because this company is going to explode with or without you. But very seldom do you have an opportunity to position yourself at the top of a company that is doing something for the very first time in the network marketing space, but more importantly, doing it right. And so this is what I would encourage you to do. Make sure you get all your questions answered, because you definitely don't want to miss out on this particular program as we continue to explode. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being on this evening. If you do have any other questions, please get in contact with the person that had you on the webinar. And with that being said, thank you and God bless.